Good. So, Bahulya was asking a question, and the question is about how internet is influencing our life and also eventually changing our life, and what positive effects does it have and what negative effects does it have. Yeah. And we're gonna tune in and see what comes about that.
And there is a higher frequency happening. And we need to go into a higher vibration. And also into a fine-tuning of what mind really stands for. And to become aware of mind has been created also through mind, an outer form, which we call computer. And as we are developing more and more our mental capacities, the danger is that we get completely lost in that. And life asks us to have more awareness. And that's why it brings us a tool where the mind interacts with an outer mind, and where people can get totally lost in. You can find anything. You can spend your whole life into the mental field of figuring out life. And by that, your true life, through your heart, through your body wisdom, is neglected. And to make people aware of that, love operates out of freedom. So it's like the apple in the famous story of the Garden of Eden, the apple of knowledge. You can eat and eat and eat, and you will never get satisfied. And people who spend too long time on computers, they will sooner or later start noticing that they lose the connection with their bodies, with their hearts, with their health. So it's here as a tool of awareness. And we have the freedom to get lost in it, to almost go mad or obsessed in it, or to feel what happens in the body and to connect back with our deeper source, deeper search. Because we're all here to become aware of the love which we are. And at the moment there is a big change happening where the mental world will slowly mutate, transform into a very different field, a different way of relating together, living together. And that's through the purity of feeling, sensing, which ultimately all brings back to love. So that the computers are here, that there is so much time spent on it, is just a test. It's just a phase. And everyone is kindly asked to once in a while you are diving into the mental world and into the cyberspace world, to actually feel where your physical body is, to feel your heartbeat, to feel the nourishment, and to come back home towards yourself, which is in your heart. That's what comes to me, love.
I also look for a moment and see what comes to me. I see. I get the same what you get. It gets given to us in order to wake up in the first place, and in order to understand that we are not the mind. And yes, it is a tool which we can use and which simplifies many actions in our life. But the danger is that it gets an addiction. And as you said before, when the addiction happens, the drive to be more on it and to search more and to watch more and to look more and to go more and to play more, it's actually unconsciously the longing to find something else in life, something deeper, some satisfaction, which is love and being whole, being home in ourselves.
It's a great tool. It's a beautiful tool for information or organizing, but it doesn't bring you life.
It is not life. It doesn't bring life, and it is not life.
And it's like a toy. It's like a test. Who is the master here? Are you using this tool as a practical means, temporary, or do you get sucked in to the world of almost like a Maya, which is endless? Again and again, come back home.
Yeah. We are entering now in a very different frequency and also in a time age. And in this time age, there is, on one hand, more informations will be available and more technology will come on our path. And on the other hand, more communication also on the soul level and physical level will get important. And we are asked to use the technology as a means, as you say, in order to make our life more easy. But we are asked not to forget our human relationships and our the warmth of the body, which can expand and share love with somebody else. Because the love we share with each other, it's so important and healing. And when we forget that, there is the danger to get sick.
And so again, when you use the tool, check back again and again. Is it satisfying? Is it nourishing for your heart now? Connected back, make the connection back to life now and here, to senses and feeling. Does that amount of information give you a fulfillment in your life? Does it nourish your heart? Does it nourish your body? Ask that yourself, feel that, and be honest with yourself. Mind is very tricky.
Yeah. And so it's also important for children who are growing up with this technology, with internet and this technology, to find a balance between human connection or also connection with animals and with nature and the technology. To find a healthy balance. And also being able to let go of it, to put it aside and to be present to another child, to the parents, to other beings here on the planet.
Again, for more parents who deal with kids who get hours and hours on computers and games, this is their path. This is what they are here to experience. And again, don't come with your likings or your judgments or your ideas. As a parent, you can watch your child, if it shines, how it feels. And you can ask it sometimes how it feels, but allow them the space to go through it and keep sharing what you observe or feel yourself, not as an order or a demand or a rule, but as a sharing, an observation, a feeling. And what also comes, what you as parent can provide your child doesn't go there, but maybe connects with you. Isn't it also a test for the grown-up to trust his heart or her heart and connect with your heart to your child, even at the moment when he's playing on the computer.
Yeah. So your heart as a grown-up is also tested. If you are present and your child feels that you are present, or your beloved, or your lover, or your husband, if you are present, that triggers the other also to be present with you and stop looking at the screen and being with you. So this is the challenge we are facing in the moment, in this time age we are in. That's our challenge. And once again, the challenge is to open our hearts, to be loving, to be present, and move with that into the world. And with that, we trigger the presence and the love in our beloved ones. That's it. Yes. That's it.